those foods? Just one example.
Well, I don't know. I was trying different foods that were...
Just give me an example. Just give me one example. Gluten-free brownies? Okay, let me...
Been like probably a baked item.
Okay, let's say gluten-free brownies. Is that a good one? Gluten-free. Gluten-free.
I wouldn't know because I never tried them. I can't remember what I tried because it was some months ago, and I don't.
Okay, well, whatever it is, ma'am, this is the reason I want to bring this up, and it's very important because we get these ideas whenever I take inulin. I have this problem. How do you know it's the inulin? Aren't there like 30? Well, hang on, ma'am. I'm talking to everybody, including you, because I hear this a lot.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so when you take a food and you eat it, and then you break out, or you have diarrhea, or you have a problem, whatever it is, and then you look at the ingredients and say, oh, it has inulin. And then you eat another food and you have the same problem, and you look at the ingredients and says, oh, it has inulin. You immediately conclude, oh my God, I must be having a problem with inulin. But we never think that it's one of the other 30 ingredients that are in that food. So how do you know it's the inulin, ma'am? You see, this is the reason I'm bringing this up is because we labor under misconceptions that do not serve us. You have irritable bowel syndrome, my dear. That means your bowel is breaking down. Now, what do the bowels do? What do the bowels contact on a regular basis? Do they contact pixie dust from an angel that sprinkles it on your head? No. Do they contact carbon monoxide from the environment? Not significantly. Well, what do the bowels contact on a regular basis? Food. So you got a food problem, ma'am, if you have irritable bowel syndrome. It's not a Beyond Tangy Tangerine issue. What's happening probably is the Beyond Tangy Tangerine was keeping you in the game for a couple of years. You didn't change how you ate, or you didn't change it significantly, or you didn't change it the right way, and your irritable bowel syndrome got worse. Okay? So why would you think it's the Beyond Tangy Tangerine? And I'm not attacking you. I'm just curious, and I want to know. It's interesting to me, and it should be interesting to you. Why would you think it's the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and not a further degeneration, a progressive worsening of your irritable bowel syndrome? Why would your first conclusion be, oh, it's the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, not my irritable bowel syndrome is progressing and getting worse? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
See, the reason this is important, and please I hope you don't hear me attacking you. I'm trying to help.
No, I don't.
Okay, so I'm trying to help. See, when we think it's something Beyond Tangy Tangerine and not what it really is, now we can't correct the problem. We're not correcting the real problem. We think it's something else. I talked to a gal yesterday, and her body is completely falling apart. She's 32 years old, and I can't even begin to list the problems she's having with her hair and her weight and her blood sugar. And she wrote me a note and says, I've concluded I'm allergic to vitamin B6. Now, I had to call her up, and I had to say, look, if you think it's the vitamin B6 you're allergic to and not the foods you're eating or other things, you can't correct the problem. So for you, my dear, irritable bowel syndrome is a food issue, and this is, if you're serious about working with this is what you need to do. You need to stop eating for a day, or maybe 2, or even 3. And then you want to reintroduce foods back into your system one by one, starting with your favorite foods. And I can guarantee you're going to start to notice that the foods you're eating on a regular basis are making your bowels worse. And then you can really do something about it. Then you can stop doing whatever it is you're doing. But to say, oh, it's the Beyond Tangy Tangerine or the Beyond OsteoFX or it's the supplements, it's a diversion. It's taking you away from the real problem. Irritable bowel syndrome. You guys, I'm not just talking to Irene. I'm talking to everybody. It is so easy to deal with because it's a food issue. And a food issue is our issue. Now, in conjunction with this, and I'm sorry, you said your name was Irene, I hope, right?
Yeah.
Ma'am? Okay. So, Irene, in addition to doing these food strategies, beginning with fasting, and by the way, the Suero V, if you haven't tried that, that's a great way to go into a fast, a real easy way to go into a fast. You can, if fasting, for you, ma'am, because your bowels are so ragged after having IBS for a while, your bowels need a break. It might be best for you just to stop eating. But if you can't stop eating, get some Suero V and do a bottle of Suero V every hour or maybe every half hour or so, and then coast your way into a fast and then start to reintroduce foods and start with your favorite foods. And then also for irritable bowel syndrome, are you on a good probiotic supplement? It's very important.
Yeah, I'm taking the
Nightly Essence?
Yeah, the
good. No. They're called the Nightly Essence, the Biolumin Nightly Essence. It's a probiotic. It's good bacteria. It's an absolute must-have for all bowel issues. It's a must-have for everybody. But if you have bowel issues, IBS, you absolutely have to do it. It can really make a huge difference. Bacteria in the gut are responsible for keeping the intestines healthy. And without those bacteria, and if you have IBS and you have chronic diarrhea, the chances are you definitely have messed up gut bacteria. You can notice a very significant difference, and quickly, by getting on maybe 3 or 4 capsules in the morning and 3 or 4 capsules at night of the Biolumin Nightly Essence. And then the next thing you want to do is the Z Radical, or the Fucoidin Z. If you do the capsules, do 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night. If you do the liquid, you want to do a couple in the morning and a couple capfuls in the morning and a couple capfuls at night. When you're doing your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, Irene, sip on it very slowly. I assume you're doing that, correct? You're sipping on it slowly throughout the...
No, actually, I don't like the taste of it, so I get it down as I can.
No. You're urinating it out, and you're probably messing up your bowels. It's a lot of nutrition. It's a lot of minerals to do all at once, and you're not leveraging all the nutrients. You're losing them. So sip on it. Now, if you don't like the taste, dilute it. Dilute it to where you do like the taste. The reason people don't like the taste of the BTT is because it's intense. It's really strong. So dilute it.
It is.
So dilute it. Just do as much as you like. Get to the point where you like the taste. And maybe a half a scoop, a quarter scoop. You don't have to do, it says on the bottle 2 scoops. You don't have to do 2 scoops. It's better to do half a scoop or a quarter scoop all day long than to not do it at all because you don't like the taste, or to try to guzzle it down all at once. It's not a good idea to guzzle it down all at once. So sip on it. You may very well not be getting the benefits of it. Z Radical or Fucoidin Z, Biolumin Nightly Essence. Do a fast and do the Swear V if you need to do if you need it for the fast. Although I recommend you try to do a complete fast without anything, and then get yourself keep track of any foods you have a problem with, and start to do a food elimination diet.
I can interrupt you for a minute.
Sure.
I've been through that with. I went to see a naturopath a few years.
Okay.
And there were foods that he told me I was having problems with.
He shouldn't be telling you anything. How dare a naturopath tell you what foods you have a problem with? How stupid is that?
I tried his idea about some of the foods, and I went to 6 weeks without taking that food, and then I went back slowly. And if I eat them once in a while, I'm okay.
But you notice there's foods you have a problem with. I'm going to take a break here, so don't go away, Irene. We'll finish up when we come back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joel Wallach, the Dead Doctors Don't Lie guy. And there's no reason why you shouldn't live to be at least 100 and have a great time getting there. And I'm going to give you a free copy of my lecture that tells you exactly how to do it. In fact, after you've lived a long and healthy life, there should be only 2 documents in your medical chart, a birth certificate and a death certificate. I'm Dr. Wallach with a warning. If you have a 4-inch medical chart, if you take prescription drugs for high cholesterol, high blood pressure, arthritis, joint pains, and other health issues, the medical profession is failing you. They're using you for an ATM machine. My free lecture is going to reveal what pharmaceutical companies don't want you to know. There's been groundbreaking research and discoveries on how to effectively treat or eliminate over 900 different diseases naturally, and it's all in my free lecture called Deadly Recipe. So call toll-free 1-855-79-YOUNG. Again, that's toll-free 1-855-79-YOUNG. 1-855-79-YOUNG.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
Improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Have you ever wondered if you could make electric, light, or heat in your home for free? It is now a new day. How about a motor that charges batteries at the same time? What if this also restores useless batteries and saves you lots of money? Come to our Renaissance Charge Conference Workshop on March 7th and 8th in Chicago. Visit r-charge.com. That's r-charge.com for details. Or call 208-304-2954. 208-304-2954.
The Genesis Communications Network is one of America's premier broadcasters of captivating talk radio. We thank you for listening. Now, just imagine, there are thousands of people who are just as passionate about radio as you are. But what you may not realize is how easy and affordable it is to advertise with us. Radio commercials for your business could be heard on hundreds of radio stations across the U.S. every day. We can help you by creating an effective radio advertising campaign for your company. From script writing to producing your commercial, just like the one you're listening to right now. No other network provides the level of customer service we do. When it comes to radio advertising, we are your one-stop shop. And no matter how big or small your business is, we can help. Email us at advertise@gcnlive.com, and an experienced advertising executive will help you take the first step towards driving more customers to your business or website. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective. A little right, a little left, but always independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network, GCN.
Okay, we're back with the bright side. Irene in Canada. Food. That's what you got to focus on. So, and you don't need a naturopath or anybody else. You got to see what foods bother you, is basically what it is. And try to eat as simply as possible. And also, you can start with your favorite foods, because it usually has something to do with your favorite foods. Does that make sense, Irene?
Yes, it does. That's why, whenever I find something that appears to bother me, I cut it out.
Smart.
And then I go back to it a couple of weeks later, and I only use it once in a while rather than, on a regular basis. So
okay, good.
I believe that everything in moderation is better anyway.
Well, good for you. Well, everything in moderation, unless it bothers you, and then everything, then you don't want it at all. So not everything in moderation.
The reason I mentioned the inulin before was because I had no problems with the tangy tangerine, and then
they added the inulin, and you had a problem.
To figure out what's in it, because all of a sudden I'm having trouble. So I started watching what I was eating, and I looked at the ingredients, and I thought, what is inulin? So I checked it out, and I found out it's derived from chicory root.
Yes, but inulin is a fiber, and it's inert. Fiber does not react; it's inert, and it's a soluble fiber, by the way. And so should actually.
It mentioned that it was derived from.
Well, that it's derived from doesn't mean it. Yeah, go ahead.
Which I have an allergy to. So I thought, well, maybe that's what it is. That's why I'm calling you. Because
okay, well, no, I would doubt it was the inulin. And when it's derived from, there's no chicory root left in it once it's derived. You know what I'm saying? It's derived from chicory root, right? But there's no chicory root in it. It's the fiber that comes from the chicory root.
I see.
I never heard of a chicory root allergy though. But nonetheless,
chicory root. I have a very high allergy to ragweed, and chicory root is related to ragweed. So that's why I'm calling you, because I thought, okay, they're connected, but is that what's bothering me, or is it something else?
I don't believe that would be the issue. I would look for specific foods. Use your BTT slowly. Get on the probiotics. The Biolumin Nightly Essence. The Z Radical can be very, very helpful for you. And then sip slowly on your Beyond Tangy Tangerine.
Okay, I will do that.
My dear. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it. I hope you didn't take offense. I didn't mean to be offensive.
No, I didn't. As I know exactly where you're coming from. So
good deal. Good deal. Thank you so much. God bless. Have a beautiful day. Okay, Pat in Indiana. What's cooking?
Yeah, I'm calling about my husband. He had a test for his PSA, and it was 16 the first time. Now it's 26, and they want to do a biopsy.
Well, of course they do, because that's what they do. They make money on it, and that's how they operate. And I don't even want to get into it because it just makes me mad to think about it. The prostate is a fatty gland. That means you want to focus on fats and you want to focus on minerals. And when I say focus on fats, there's two things you want to do. Number one, you want to be very careful about eating bad fats, fried fats, trans fats, processed fats, okay? So stay away from all those foods. And then number two, you want to make sure you're taking in fatty nutrients, and there's a bunch of them. Essential fatty acids, the ultimate EFAs, are very, very important. I'd be using 3 capsules 3 times a day if I were you. Then fatty vitamins are very important, especially vitamins A, and D, and also to a certain extent E. About 20,000 IU of A every day. Best way to get your vitamin D is from the sun. If you don't, if you're in Indiana, I don't know how much sun you have these days, but you can use vitamin D3 supplements. I'm not a big believer in vitamin D supplements because the body has to activate the vitamin D, and if you have a kidney problem or